everyone, my name is Megan Warren, and today I will be sharing 3 stories with you to describe my life and allow you guys to get a little bit better of a grasp on who I am and what I stand for. I live my life by rehearsing the same quote day to day. That quote is, "If you love your life, life will love you back." In order to love your life, you must surround yourself with positivity and happiness, which is the ultimate goal of my everyday life. The 3 most important aspects which define me are my faith, my family, and farming. Within this speech, I will tell the story of how I found my faith, how my family shaped me into who I am, and the inspirations I gained from farming and contributing to the agricultural industry. All the while loving who I am, those I surround myself with, and my passions. Starting with faith. Without my faith, I wouldn't be where I am today. I got in a dangerous car accident very recently going home for Christmas break. I was 3 miles from home and I rolled my car 1.5 times after I was found by a nice lady who was driving by, and then I was life-flighted to the Des Moines, Iowa hospital. After several x-rays, examinations, and scans later, I found out I had broken my back, which is why I am wearing a back brace. They removed a lot of glass from my face, and I had numerous stitches on my hands and face. I know God, along with my angels, are watching over me, and I have exceptional proof of this. In the visor of my car, I had a photo of my grandma who recently passed away. When all my belongings were pulled from the car, that specific photo was still hanging from my visor, and ironically enough, it had a bloody fingerprint on it, like I had reached out and touched it just to make sure my grandma was with me. I don't know how I had the strength to pull myself out of the car, but I imagine my 3 angels watching over me and coming down from heaven and taking my hand to pull me out of the car. The accident could have ended a lot worse, but because I had God and my angels looking over me and many prayers as soon as the accident occurred, I feel as though I've healed a lot faster and haven't had as many injuries as I could have gotten. Saying that, I truly found my faith throughout the situation, and if it wasn't for God, I truly believe that the accident could have ended much worse. Although God is one of the most important people in my life, so is my family. So, for those that don't know my family is very competitive, which is why I was so interested and passionate about sports growing up. Everything in my family has always been a competition. I grew up getting timed by my dad to see how fast I could open a gate, challenging my sister to a race to the front door, or playing an intense game of cards. The one memory I have that stands out the most to me is when me, my dad, and my sister would have free throw contests after chores in our shed. In our shop, we have an attic where we store random things, and you can see over the ledge, and right where the ledge is where the basketball hoop sits. So whenever we would have our free throw contest, my dad would go up there and he would wave his arms as hard as he could and truly try to distract us from making our free throws. And my sister, who wasn't as competitive as me, really didn't like the idea of this because it really bothered her, but I was always up for a really good challenge. And my dad would often say, when you go to high school, you're not going to be able to shoot free throws in dead silence, and there's always going to be people who are waving their arms and trying to distract you. So this was a very good life lesson to me, and I realized I was going to have to get used to having people wave their arms at me. And so that was the way I grew up. I was always getting pushed to be a better version of myself by my mom, my dad, and my sister. And this brings me to my last story, which proves that a family who works together and pushes each other always stays together. My last story is about farming, and my family earns a modest living through farming, and it is definitely our livelihood. Everything we do revolves around our farm. When I was in 3rd grade, I brought my baby kitty to the Ringgold County Fair, and I was going to show her in the Junior 4-H'er Pet Show. However, unfortunately, things didn't go as planned. At the time, we raised broiler chickens in barns that could hold up to 40,000 chickens each, which is a lot. During the summers, you had to be aware of hot temperatures because oftentimes the chickens would die in the heat. That day was just like any other day in July until we got a call from my dad, and he was ordering us to come home to pick up the dead chickens because we lost almost half the barn due to heat. At the end of the day, I had to go home and help on the farm, and I didn't get to show my baby kitten. I learned many life lessons this day, such as things turn out the best for people who make the best out of the way things turn out. I also learned at a young age that I am part of an industry that is often unpredictable, and you must adapt to unexpected turns. To conclude, my faith is extremely important to me. I am constantly reminded of my purpose on this earth, and after my car accident, I realized that God gave me a second chance because He had so much in store for my life. Without my family, nothing would be possible. They are my rock and encouragement, and they care about me more than anything in this world. I am so lucky to have them to lean on when times get tough. Lastly, farming is my family's livelihood. On our farm, we raise cattle, hogs, and row crop. It takes all hands on deck to get the work done in order to make an income, and I am very thankful that I get to be a large part of it. I don't know my exact end goal in life, but I do know I want to be able to continue to share my interests with others involving agriculture. I know that God and my family will support me in whatever path I choose to take. True happiness is not found in what you're doing, where you are, or what you have. It is found in who you surround yourself with. I challenge all of you to find and cherish your happiness just like I have within faith, my family, and farming. Thank you for listening.